Guys, quick note, I'm going back to insert this after finishing the video. If this is too much nonsense for you, like we covered the Jeff Bezos wedding, too many laughs, and you want the more reciteer topics, what we talked about yesterday about the Magenta invasion, Jeff's proved it. It proved that the magenta, the color from outer space, is invading our reality. He has proof. It's too many laughs and too much nonsense. Skip right to about 7 minutes.
Welcome to the Fish in a Barrel reality show with your host Matt McKinley.
Hey guys, it's Matt. Yes, the Fish in a Barrel reality show certainly fits my poor mood. Now, the opening's friendly. It seems like some sort of Oprah show's coming on. The Fish in a Barrel reality show supposed to be about me venting to the not milk. But stop presenting your bullshit in front of us all day long. We can't take it anymore. Now we have the Jeff Bezos wedding. I'm going to show you that. The Jeff Bezos wedding. And look at the face. The AI produced this face before it morphs into my face. Well, it's close. That's not really the way I look. And look what the AI did on the far right. I never noticed it before, but I'm looking for it now based on yesterday's video. It paired the emerald green and the magenta. I mean, that it chose to pair them next to each other. Isn't that a coincidence? Although the magenta is off to his right, our left. And that's the weird-ass face that morphs into this face. And look at this asshole. And does it look like me? A little bit, right? It looks like me. But we brought back the intro. Some people loved it. Some people, though, complained it got in their heads. And all day long when they're like vacuuming the shag carpet. Welcome to the Fish in the Barrel reality show. And the person's wife's like, what did you just say? Wait, I'm singing Matt's theme song for Fish in a Barrel. Don't do that. And definitely don't hum it on a date or anything like that. Just keep it. If it gets in your head, I'm sorry. You just have to keep it to yourself. Oh no, look at this. A billionaire's wedding. The dress ceremony, celebrity guests inside the Bezos and Sanchez wedding. See the highly anticipated wedding dress. You guys want to take a look at the wedding dress? Look at that. That's a false picture. I mean, look at that plastic man on the right. Jeff said, you can take all the pictures you want, but you're going to run them through my AI filter, through the Amazon Whopper bot AI filter. But Jeff, you ended up looking like a fake plastic man. He is a fake plastic man. Do you think there's a real spiritual being under that flesh? Of course not. Sanchez, Sweetie Sanchez, assuming you're real too. He's not real. Sweetie Sanchez, you have no idea what you just got involved in. Wait till he reads you the prenup tonight after the ceremony. Jeff, I know there's going to be a prenup, Jeff, but what did I get? What did I get? Free Amazon Prime membership for life. That's it? That's it, honey, sweetie. I know you're interested, so am I. Lauren Sanchez reveals wedding dress. Lauren Sanchez Bezos reveals wedding dress. Look at that fraud. With that sort of a pose coming out of open air, it's amazing the Not didn't try to fake something, if you know what I mean. We had the Archduke, and then we had, you know what, and then this. It's amazing with that sort of a pose, the Not. I just gave it an idea. Not. It's amazing you didn't try to fake something to push your agenda using the Jeff Bezos wedding. Well, Matt, Jeff Bezos runs the Not. Oh, no. Absolutely not. This is a useful, low-level idiot. Let me show you this, guys. It brought tears to my eyes, as I'm sure it will yours. It's a quote from Lauren Sanchez about the dress itself. What started as a vision for a simple, modern, and sexy dress evolved into something deeply personal, something that captures a moment and reflects who I am today. It's a departure from what people might expect, but it feels authentically me. And that's going to be the new Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez line of t-shirts. Authentically me. Are you going to get your authentically me t-shirt? It just says in quotes like Nike's Just Do It. Authentically me. Oh, I love it. Quantum of Conscious is going to adopt that. Oh, I'm going to license that out. Authentically me. And now a skit performed by Pedro Sanchez. If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true. Lauren Sanchez, Pedro Sanchez. Lauren Sanchez, Pedro Sanchez. Coincidence? I think not. I think Lauren has something to share with Jeff. Jeff! Lucius, you got some splaining to do it, and never the Mandela effect. Jeff, I'd like you to introduce to my illegitimate son that now owns half your Amazon.com empire, Pedro Sanchez. Mr. Bezos, or should I just start calling you Dad? What role will I be taking in the company? CFO sounds good to me. Or maybe something a little higher? Sorry, guys, there weren't a lot of pictures of the dress. It's a very private and exclusive wedding. I did promise it to you, though, so let's enjoy this for 5 seconds together. And we close this segment traditionally. It's what people like you and I do for young couples in love. We wish them well, with a special note to Lauren Pedro Sanchez. Sweetie Sanchez, do you realize you married what Tony called a sequential incarnation? That this thing will recycle and continue to recycle back into bodies and get you to do the same? It has some sort of weird knowledge of its past lives and the Library of Alexandria, and it's game addicted to this material plane, always looking for more material pleasures and whack-offs in the back of Magenta speedboats? Sweetie Sanchez, I hope you know what you got involved in here, because you're going to be stuck on this material plane for a long, long time. Guys, I really thought we were done with it. As I was going away, I saw that this couple attended. I cannot believe that Ivanka is still with Jared Kushner. I mean, I've made appeals to her. I've sent notes. I've made personal accounts on YouTube, written letters, sent it, of course. She will not leave. He's gone 6 months out of the year, Ivanka. He's traveling around other solar systems. He spends more time in the Pleiades than he does here on Earth. What do you see in him? Leave, Jared. I'm still available. It's amazing, I know. I'm still single. Ivanka, please call me. He's never there. He's in foreign solar systems. Okay, guys, let's do a more reciteer topic. Yesterday's video was about the Magenta invasion and it bleeding through reality. And our Magenta researcher, Jeff, has basically proven it 100% in one day. I don't know how he finds this stuff. In the official Sade Cherish Today video, the official Sade or Sade channel, the Magenta bleeds through a video that's completely black and white. Was always black and white, has no color, and was never meant to have any color. Yet, I don't know how he finds this. Jeff is some sort of savant or something. Found a flash, paused it, of the Magenta. The Sade video, Cherish the Day, from the official Sade channel, was shown to him. Let me get the timestamps for you guys. Hold on a second, I've got to go over here. Okay, Jeff said 26 seconds in and 1:38. The first one at 26 seconds you're seeing now is just the Magenta. 1:38 is the emerald green combined with the Magenta. They're brief flashes, probably not even 0.2 of a second. I will leave a link in the description. Okay. Oh, he's finally going to leave a link, but not a time-stamped link because there's 2 different times. If you want to see it, write this down because you'll never find it. It's just a brief blink. 26 seconds and then 1:38. It's noticeable, but it's very, very fast. So basically, the video yesterday is proven true. I mean, we had a lot of confirmations in the comments that this is what's happening, Matt. But this basically proves it because the Sade video is completely black and white, always was and always intended to be. But some sort of demonic entity, but that's it's funny, guys. There's nothing to worry about. That represents itself through the Magenta or something has bled now into this black and white video. Oh, it was never there. And it's a black and white video. These color flashes, well, it could be something that is unique to YouTube. All right, this is showing the green, a little bit of the green, and the Magenta still down at the bottom of the guitar. It could be something, the parasite or the entity represented by the Magenta. Guys, again, no matter how dark this gets, no matter how scary, the news for us is the best news of all time. Let's not forget that. Okay, this is to be laughed at, no matter how scary it gets. This is a black and white video. Maybe it just can't help itself. Maybe the parasitic invasion is limited to YouTube, but that's, what's that saying? It's limited to 800 million videos, and then I think it has broken out into other digital formats because people have seen it pop up in movie theaters and Magenta frozen screens and other digital platforms. So it's probably not just YouTube. But at this point, if the Magenta entity is listening to me, and I'm sure it is, you really have to hold back and be a bit more subtle. It's really pathetic. You can't help yourself. You can't show your Magenta into a black and white video. Even the dumbest of the dumb might wake up to that, sir. When I made the video yesterday making these claims, did you think I was joking? Some sort of Magenta invasion. We'll have some laughs with Matt. Did you think I was joking in terms of what I said yesterday? I'm just trying to find topics to kill time. I'm not joking, sir. This is real. But there's nothing to worry about. We're millions of times bigger than this reality. Relax. Just have fun with it. There's some sort of entity that's represented by the Magenta invading our reality that wants to put all spiritual beings into the digital. If your best friend jumps into it, let him jump into it. We're not going to do it. Okay, guys, I have to insert this. I don't want to scare anybody. This is the Tears for Fears concert. No, you don't have to look away. Whatever it is doesn't work on us. Guys, if anybody's new, I was kidding. I believe that Jeff has proven now that is invading all the digital and it's popping up in places it shouldn't be, like black and white videos, but I don't believe it's a demonic entity or some sort of demon running through your electric lines. No, I don't think that. The Magenta, is two things to us right now. To me, it's a symptom of a world sliding continuously towards the fake, towards the digital. Less analog, more digital, faker, breaking down in that way. It's a symptom. It will bleed through all parts of reality. It's easiestly bled through, if you can say it that way, through digital formats like video. That's why it shows up all over video. It's also, people reminded me, it also seems to be in the Aurora Borealis. So is it limited to just things like YouTube? Okay. It's also used by corporate stooges like T-Mobile and others in the general mind control the masses, ship of fools agenda. I don't believe it's a demonic entity and you have to look away. Look away. No, you don't have to look away. It doesn't work on us. And continue to laugh at it. This world's going to slide, folks, down into wherever it's going to go. And there's nothing you and I can do about the truth, or we're going to fight back. We're going to stop it. We're going to take all the Hillary Clintons off to jail. No, you worry about yourself. It's going to go wherever it's going to go. And just enjoy the ride, okay? There is no stopping the slide that reality's taking at this point. Laugh at it. Know you're millions of times larger than it, and it cannot be stopped, so be it. If your friends and family choose to be on the ship as it goes over the falls and the land of the lost down with the slee stacks, so be it. Okay, guys, here's a fake breaking news story to take a quick look at. Not to look at the news story in and of itself, but to make a larger point and maybe make some predictions about how screwed up and strange the last few years of the Trump administration are going to get. But at least for now, I'll try to move you off this as soon as I can. And don't look directly into the eyes of either of these two golems. Initially wary of Trump, Roberts and Barrett offer the president his biggest win of the Supreme Court term. He just got his biggest win from the Supreme Court. Well, Matt, how's it faking news? It's going to affect the lives of potentially millions of people. Well, it will, but it's all a matter of semantics, my good man Watson. It's all a matter of semantics. It was all planned ahead of time. Then it is not appropriate or inappropriate to use the word fake, even though it will affect lives. Of course it will. What Trump won in the Supreme Court is not important regarding what we're going to talk about, but many of you'll need to know, of course, it's not that big of it. More wins on immigration and deportation, and here it says, in the same 6-3 vote on Friday, the justices of the Supreme Court sided with religious parents in Maryland who sought to keep their elementary school children from reading certain LGBTQ books in public schools. Well, I used to play that conservative game, but I'm all for this. Sure. Why? The parents don't want certain books read about certain mascara lifestyles, and they shouldn't get certain books read in public schools. Who the hell could be against this? I don't want to jump into that conservative versus Democrat Republican thing. I don't want to play this game anymore, but for the most part, good. But anyway, it's this sort of bullshit, okay? It's not like earth-shaking stuff. I just had to tell you a little bit about, see, gender care for those that take the Trans-Siberian Railroad. I mean, it's this sort of bullshit. It's this part of the article I wanted to focus on. Quote, an American president is not a king, one Washington, D.C. based U.S. District Court judge asshole wrote in an early challenge to Trump. Friday's ruling, combined with a decision last year that gave the president substantial immunity from prosecution, diplomatic immunity, amplifies the power of the American presidency more than ever. Amplifies the power of the American presidency more than ever. This is what I want to talk about. They're going to build it up. He's not a king. He's doing too much. Oh no, he can't be stopped. And then something really bizarre. They already have it planned out, of course. It's already in the script. But something big is going to happen towards the end of the Trump presidency. Maybe we can use the comments and to make our predictions. Will it be the collapse of the dollar and it would be Trump's fault because of the tariffs and protectionism that eventually ends the dollar and sends the United States into a new planned out recession where the new world currency will be ushered in? Or will it be a war or something? There's no way the not is not going to take full advantage of this insane Trump presidency and this caricature that's in there now, reading his cue cards and acting out his lines from the play. It's going to take full advantage. I mean, the last year is going to be quiet and he just goes away? No way. Think about it. It's just going to be quiet, a few things here, some immigration disputes, and he's just going to go away and a Democrat will take over. No way, man. Something big is going to happen. I'm not saying you should dig bunkers or anything, or we should get back into prepping and all that. Go buy bricks ammo. And I'm not saying go prep and stock and all that stuff or dig bunkers, but it'll all be part of just put your feet up and laugh. It'll be part of the act, but there's no way he's not going to go quietly. Something big's going to happen. I'm just not sure what it's going to be at this point. Bill sent me this week, and for those of you that were asking or commented, Bill is feeling better. It wasn't dreadfully serious like it could have been. He's on the mend, we hope, and sending me posters again, so he's feeling better. Where I guess Bill has combined the Wonder Years with Elon Musk as a child with that scene from, was it Red Dragon, one of the Silence of the Lambs movies? It says the Blunder Years, the Wonder Years. Elon Musk as a kid, he says to a little girl, "Ride with me for my pleasure." That's from the, remember he pulls up in the van, the girl, that Red Dragon, all the Silence of the Lambs movies are good. Red Dragon, he pulls up, the girl's blind so she can't see him. "Ride with me," from the Blunder Years, star Elon Musk, this fall on Peacock, Peacock. Is that the new logo of that channel where it's gonna air? That's kind of what some of the court does. That person down the top bottom right represents some of the court decisions through SCOTUS. That's the Supreme Court of the United States that Trump just won. This one that came in recently from Bill doesn't have a lot of text, therefore it's open to your personal interpretation on what the art means, like a lot of those paintings in the Louvre are. I'll give you mine. It appears to be not just Elon Musk once the not is finished with him, once he's used up, he's a drug addict, an alcoholic, driving his Cybertruck around and smashing it into things because he's constantly on drugs. It represents all not stooges and minions once the not is finished with them, once it spits them out the other side and doesn't need morons anymore like Elon Musk. This will be Musk 15 years from now, and magically his bank account will be down to just a few $100 million, having in some way lost the hundreds of billions that he never had in the first place. Again, needs a permission to buy a corn dog, remember. But then he's of no use anymore. He'll be a pathetic creature with his shirt off, addicted to drugs, on alcohol, on the side of the road, having smashed his old Cybertruck. He can't even get new versions of his Tesla because in 15 years they'll be self-driving. He has to still drive it. Therefore, this represents the trouble that you get into if you get too far under the not dragon's wing. Speaking, though, of the Tesla Cybertruck, I saw one last week. It's the most alien-looking thing you'll ever see on the road. You have to look twice. It's such a distraction. I think I've only seen maybe 4 in my entire life. There aren't many outside Philadelphia. There's probably more driving around the 105 and 405 and 110 freeways in Los Angeles. But every time I see one, of course, and just you can't really tell from the picture how alien, how strange it's big too, and it's the strangest looking thing in the world if you see one drive by. And every time I think of the same thing, I'm sure you would think of the same thing as well. What kind of mega gigantic asshole would go would go out and buy this damn thing and drive it around. I mean, you know what I'm going to do, guys? This is originally from Shallow Hal, but it's the ultimate. Look at me! Look at I mean, can you imagine the gigantic flaming asshole that would drive it and spend it's like $100,000 or more, and then drive it around? I mean, you want to talk about somebody that has all sorts of psychological and emotional problems. And Matt, aren't you concerned that you could lose subscribers and they own this? No, I'm not. There's no possible way one person here owns that piece of shit. Let's look briefly at these dumbass headlines before we move on to something else. Minister pledges new glory for Iran as mourners gather for state funerals. What you need to know. Why would anybody need to know about state funerals in Iran if you're reading this from the United States? I mean, what I need to know. Where I should park my car? I mean, what does that even mean? You think I'm going to attend or something? New glory? What do you mean new glory? What kind of idiot said that, and for what reason? Somebody that has ties to Iran suggested once I should go to Iran. Do you know how quickly I would be locked up if I went to any of these Middle Eastern countries? I've made fun of all of them. I play cards with J.D. Clamp, chief of police. I've made fun of them all. They would be waiting for me in the airport. I would go into some sort of, not Siberian gulag with snow, but a desert gulag. This is why we do Not No travel tours virtually. I can't go anywhere. Are you kidding me? CNN reports from huge crowds attending state funerals. Why you gotta be there? What is that? Analysis, final battle damage assessment of U.S. strikes on Iran. See, okay, I don't know, guys, I don't follow it, but I have to look at certain things because I run a channel like this. Endless debate. Well, Trump says we got them all, and then over here, no, you didn't get them all, and oh, you know, we did. We destroyed their nuclear capability. No, you didn't. Yes, back and forth. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. Oh, it's vague what they got or what the bunker busters got. Oh, no. See what we talked about in this fake world. There can never be a news story that's just straight up. That just, although it's fake news anyway in this case, but it's a bad example. But it just can't be crystal clear. It always has to be foggy and play both sides. Oh, you got bunker busters did the job. No, they didn't. Everything is nebulous anymore in this fake reality as it melts down. Nothing, even if it's a fake news story, it still can't present itself as definitive and clear. I mean, reality, you have derailed. It is ridiculous what's happening and why nobody notices. At the bottom, Trump's trade deals are stalling out at the worst possible time. Oh, sure they are. Trump ends trade talks with Canada. Oh, setting up the 1929 scenario all over again. Oh, the Great Depression was extended out 10, 11, 12 years because of the protectionism, because of the tariffs, and keep the products out, and we're going to protect American goods and American workers. Could have ended after just 3 or 4 years, but it was the history blames the protectionism. And here we go, setting up the same themes for the same bat channel and same bat economic meltdown. They're going to do something. Maybe, Matt, you're assuming they're going to do one thing with the end of the Trump presidency. They're not going to do either or. They're not going to do the economic meltdown and ushering the new world currency or a war. They're going to do all of it and blame it on Trump. Trump will be the new mustache man of this particular era. They're going to do something, just like I said 10 minutes ago. No way he just walks away quietly as another idiotic Democrat like Obama takes. Maybe Obama will come back for a third term and make himself king. I clicked on the bottom link so we can make fun of this for a few minutes. Trump is ending trade talks with Canada. I know Trudeau's out. Who's the new clown they have up there? I don't even know. It'll take me a few years to understand who the name of the prime minister is up there. Trump is ending trade talks with Canada. And by the way, I had to cut the picture off. You only show half because, of course, it's from spaghetti scrimmages. Makes perfect sense that every corporation around the world has to get its images from one source. When there is 1 million pictures taken a minute around the world on phones capable of 4K and 8K, but every corporation has to use one source for their images. Yeah, if you say one world system and you'd be a conspiracy person, you'd be one of those crazies. Yeah, it makes sense. Anybody listening to me, try to start your own image company to compete with Getty. See how that goes. See how quickly you're shut down, just like those that try to start another Uber service. Of course, Uber could do it. For 100 years, you had to have the medallion to run the taxi cabs. Or it was like impossible to get them. You want to get a medallion to do a taxi cab? It's like $180,000 to get the medallion. And there's like 40,000 pages of red tape. And to start a new cab company. You needed to hire a team of lawyers. And then Uber just popped up one day and told all those cab companies that had little fiefdoms in each city for 100 years. Uber popped up. It was friends of the friends of the Obama administration. And I forget some of the names. And they just went, well, my bad. We're gonna start competing against you cabbies. Well, wait a second, you can't do that. Oh yes, we can. We just did. See, all those cars are already out there now. But see, you listening to me, you start your own Uber and see what happens. I mean, people around us believe this is a capitalist system. I mean, that it's even to use the word is sick. Anyway, back to the headline that I clicked on. Trump is ending trade talks with Canada. The phone just keeps ringing. He's calling again? Oh, the Canadian trade minister's calling us again? Tell him we don't need his shit. There's nothing to negotiate. They got nothing we want. And tell him he dresses like a gigolo. And tell him he wants to send us what? 40,000 more pallets of hockey pucks? We don't need their shit. What do they got they got real maple syrup? We got log cabin. That hydrogenated high fructose shit. We don't need real maple syrup from real maple trees. What the hell do they have that we want? He has no negotiating power. Tell him we have the power. Tell him we'll kick all the Canadian hockey teams out of the NHL overnight. Your Calgary Flames, gone. Your Montreal Canadiens, gone. Your Winnipeg Jets, gone. Your Canucks, gone. We have the negotiating power. We don't need any shit that they're trying to push on us. Molson Golden or whatever, some sort of shit-ass beer. We don't need it. Let me use this last segment here and what I noticed regarding the spelling of the Montreal Canadiens to make fun of Canada to close out this video. And even the subscribers here that are Canadians, no Canadian, they're so nationally pridelistic. They love their country. They don't like it when anybody like me makes fun of it. But, I'm an equal opportunity offender. I'll make fun of Philadelphia, New York, as much as any place. So, Canadians, you got to be able to take it because your country is a strange place in a lot of regards. It has no sense of itself. The eastern side wants to basically attach and merge with France. It wants to be French. The French has to be larger in terms of font than the English. Out west, they want to be cowboys, Alberta Stampede and shit. It's a weird, wacky place. The one side has nothing to do with the other side, yet they're trying to be one country. It should just split up into a bunch of different countries. But Canadians, it doesn't make sense. It said Montreal Canadiens, Canadien. That's for the hockey team. Like, they spelled the hockey team wrong for 100 years. Well, that's the French. It's somehow the Club de Hockey Canadien. That's the French. You spell with the E for some reason. And so the Quebec, really should be just like, the way Puerto Rico is to the United States. Quebec should be to France, and the rest of the country should be Canada or something like that. It's really strange. I've been to Quebec many times, and there are certain segments of Quebec you would think just like, give me a hot dog and you could just speak English. Of course, they know the English as well. There are certain sections of Quebec where literally they don't speak English. The English, they will kind of understand what you're saying, but they just chose to speak French. It seemed some of the people I came across in certain parts of Quebec, I've been up there a lot. It seems like they don't have a good command of English. I don't even understand how this is even possible if they're Canadians, but that's what it seemed like. Matt, they were effing with you, whatever. So Canadians, Montreal, the Canadiens hockey team is spelled with an E, but you say we talk about Canadians in general, it's with an A because of the French heritage. I'll tell you one, let me just tell that little story about one time I went to Montreal, and remember I told the long story years ago how everybody in the airport kept asking if there was an earlier flight because one of the meetings was canceled, and they just kept screwing me because they didn't want to do that little bit of extra work and to try to find me an earlier flight, and they just said no. And Canadians, do your job, do it well, but nothing more. Always stay within a typical Canadian. Always stay within the confines of that box. You just have to do what you're told inside the box, and you're very satisfied with yourself. Asked to go outside the box, like, is there an earlier flight? Well, it doesn't seem so scary. You're scheduled on the 6:10, and it doesn't seem like we can put you. Didn't even look. Well, he must know what he's talking about. And then I hear over the speaker, of course, Last call to Philadelphia, leaving gate 666, whatever, 410. Last call. And so I start running through, and it's got the airport. It's got these half-mile long hallways. It's forever. I'm running in a suit, sweating. I told you this story. If the person I asked 10 minutes ago, he could have easily put me on the earlier flight. And whatever it would have been, if there was like a $40 change fee, the company would have paid for that. He just didn't know. No, sir. He didn't even check. He did his job within the confines of how his job was defined and was unwilling to go outside of it. And then just as I was getting to the gate, it wasn't really gate 666, they were closing the door, basically closed it on my face. I went on that flight. Get me on that flight quick. Now in the U.S., people would, at this point, everybody's so, fear the Walking Dead and zombies, and they wouldn't do much for you in the U.S. now anyway. But the U.S., you have more of a chance of somebody in the U.S. saying, "Come over here, I'll get you on quick." You have more of a chance of somebody going outside the bounds of what they're told to do. Where in Canada, no, you're clearly defined what your job is, and you stay inside. Don't even think about going on the other side of that fence, boy, or you'll be out of here like shit through a Canadian goose. So they slammed the door on me, basically. I said, hold that, get me on that flight. Again, at that point, closing the door, I know even in the United States, it would be very unlikely somebody called that we have somebody, hold up, 2 more minutes, don't push back yet. That's unlikely too. I know things are more strict. But remember, the original ticket person at the counter, like 8 miles away, could have put me on the earlier flight. Oh, we don't have anything, sir. I mean, that's not, I've been to Canada a bunch of times. That's not the only example of Canadian. It should be right on the damn flag, right under the maple leaf. Do your job. Do it well and competently, but nothing more. Never go outside the bounds. Sorry, Canadians. I'm an equal opportunity offender. You're going to unsubscribe, going to take your ball and go home? Your country's got some weird problems, and you got to face up to them. Thanks for listening.